Hello, CodeBuddy followers. Devin Seacrest, CEO and co-founder of CodeBuddy. So we've been going over apps that we've built for our company to help encourage other businesses to build their own tools. Now is the perfect time for you to own your own tools. This week, I want to go over the CRM or sales and marketing tool that we built for CodeBuddy. So here we go. This is our CRM. So we built this over several weeks. Each week we find little ways that we can tweak and improve the CRM. Funny enough, I built a tool to scramble the data so that I didn't have to share any data, and then I realized a lot of these people that we're now working with are outside the United States, so they probably won't even see this video, but I'll scramble the data anyways for this video. So here is a list of all of our leads. We not only put our leads in here, but we also put prospects and connectors, individuals that help refer new leads to us in this system. And I can click on any of these leads here. I'm going to go click on myself as a test lead. We've got a very basic detail page, which got some basic information, contact information, how we heard about them. Time zone is very important to us. We work with a lot of companies in the United Kingdom right now. And so basic contact information there. The next page is my favorite page of this entire app, which is the activity page. So this page tracks all the activity we've had within a customer. You can see my blue are outbound emails, the orange are inbound emails, and I can click on any of them and see the details of those emails. I have my stages built into here, so as soon as the individual changes stage from expressed interest to schedule a sales meeting to completing sales meetings, I can click on those stages here. It tracks it all within the right chronological time in the program, and then I can do my sales scripts in here as well, and I can do scripted emails in here also, and then I can do just custom to-dos in this activity bar here. So I can really easily see, I can scroll to the bottom to see my last communication that I had with this individual. I can add to-dos to it, send quote, hit enter, that will add the to-do here. I can easily switch back and forth and change stages. So as soon as I click that I completed this stage, the tool already knows what the next stages in our company's workflow is because it's designed just for us. So it moves to this next stage in the workflow. I can also add scripts here too as well. So I've got all these predefined scripts for how our company should communicate with customers. And I can select those scripts. They're organized by different stages. So if I need to complete a project planning, I've got a scripts for setting up a project planning meeting, or an email for, hey, looking forward to meeting in a couple of minutes. I can confirm that. It gets added to my activity bar. I can also set a time for how long it takes. I'll explain the purpose of that a little bit later. And then I can modify this script. I can preview it as an email. And I can change the senders, I can change CC senders, I can add attachments, and then I can send that off as an email. It's connected to my Outlook email account. Everything gets sent there. Another one of my favorite tools is if for some reason I don't like this script, I can change the script and say, hey, look forward to connecting in 5 minutes. And I can suggest a script change. And so I can constantly be fine-tuning these scripts. So now let's go take a look at where those scripts are in here too as well. So I've got my toolkits. I've got my lead toolkits. These have all of my scripts in here. So scripts for any stages, scripts for scheduling a sales meeting, scripts for completing a sales meeting are like qualification scripts for a customer, completing project planning, completing a quote, closing the deal. And you can see on this one project creation meeting that we just did, there's one note, which means there's a change that someone suggested that should be made to this script. Actually, it's not that one. It is the look forward to the project planning meeting. So you can see this is the script we just did, and you can see that I suggested changing it to 5 minutes. And so here it says a couple minutes. I can change it to 5 minutes, and then I can archive that I made that change. I can save the script. I can add uploads or attachments to my scripts, and I can save that. And then next time I go and I use that script, it's going to have that change made into it. So if I go back and I add that same script, wrong one, it's going to, I've got to refresh it. If I go back to add that script, it is going to have the complete quote meeting. Let's see what I was in. Complete project. It's going to have that change that now it says 5 minutes. And I can add that to my activity list. And now it will say 5 minutes. I can preview and send that out there. So why did I put these time limits in here too as well? The next thing that is my second favorite thing on this is we have an analytics tab too as well. So I can see on any specific deal how many hours we've spent on that deal, because it looks at every single activity and it assigns a hour amount to those activities. Once we've closed those deals, we can enter how much we've earned from that deal, and we can calculate the cost of acquiring the customer. When we close the deal, we can calculate the sales life cycle, and then when we close the deal, we can take the amount earned divided by the cost to acquire them and determine how much we spent on sales. We can see which stage it spent the most time in, how long it spent in each of these individual stages, how many emails we sent out, etc. We have additional tabs for organizing attachments, scheduling emails. If I'm working late at night and I want to schedule the email for the next day, I can work on those there. You can see my emails are connected through my profile. I can connect multiple emails, send different things from each of those individual emails there. Okay, so my next favorite feature on this is our queue mode. And so the point of the queue mode is that in any given day, I can really quickly hit all of our customers. And so I've already got the queue mode running, so I can resume it. But what it does is it goes through and it cycles through all of our customers, and it takes me to the bottom of the activity so I can see the last communication contact I had with them. I can see if there's any dues. I can see the stage we're on, and I can take my action. I can shoot them an email real quick. I can add a to-do, and then I can really quickly cycle to the next script. So that was the end of the queue mode. Let me start it again. So here's me starting the queue mode. It's on 1 of 28. I can really quickly cycle through from one lead to another very fast. So I can really quickly touch all the customers. I can, depending on how many leads we have in there, within 10 to 15 minutes of time each day, I can hit every single one of our customers and have a really good, touch point with them, because they're all queued up, and then I've also got all of our scripts predefined for working with those customers. And then, like I said, we've got prospects and connectors in here, and that is the core features of our CRM. So now we're going to go and we're going to make a really quick change to this, because like I said, we like to make this what we call Kaizen, which is over time you can make small incremental improvements that are going to have a long-term effect on your business. Changing those things that once, maybe took you a couple minutes to do every day. But if you take time to fix those and make it only take a couple seconds, then over the long run, you're going to be able to do more for your organization than you've ever done in the past. So we're going to pull up right here too. A quick change I wanted to make was, we've got these open to-dos. It shows me in each of these leads which ones I have open to-dos from. But I want to be able to hover over these and see a tooltip for what the actual to-do is. So I've got the project open in our CodeBuddy Studio. I just say on the lead list view, when I hover over an open to-do, I'd like to see what tasks are on that lead in a tooltip. So I hit enter there. It's going to go out and it's going to look at all of the existing code I have, and it's going to go create first a plan for how to make this change, and then it's going to actually implement that plan. And I've got it kind of on auto code. You can switch it off so that it will actually suggest every single code change in there. For these purposes, we'll just move fast and get this change done. And I can then also go and see the changes. The solution is already running here. Okay, so it already just went and made that change. It took about 1 minute to make that change with our CodeBuddy Studio. So I can go down here, and now you can see I can hover over these tasks and I can see the open to-dos that I have for each of those individuals. So it's really easy to build something with CodeBuddy Studio, and then it's very easy also to tweak that over to time. Once you've used it and you've understood, small things that are still holding up your organization, to fix those once and forever. So thank you again, and look forward to the next one.